officers and detectives from the Special Victims Unit responded to a report of a rape that occurred there with an elderly female. They worked tirelessly along with our Special Investigations Unit, our Marshal Task Force, our Violent Criminal Apprehension Team throughout the night in trying to identify and locate the suspect of that horrendous act. We this morning reached out to the public, releasing photos, trying to ask for the public's help for identifying and locating suspect that was involved. Within just minutes of us releasing those photos, the public reached out to us and was able to give us information about the location of the suspect. Our detectives then went and were able to arrest the suspect within just a few minutes in the same vicinity as that occurred at some apartments on Bard Avenue. The suspect is Jeremiah Taylor. Date of birth is 1/14/2004. He's 22 years of age. He's going to be charged with first-degree rape, second-degree battery, cruelty to the affirmed, and obscenity. I would like to note that he does have a previous criminal history that includes 2 burglaries from May of 2024, and also being arrested for first-degree rape, as well as other related charges from an incident that occurred in August of 2024. He was arrested and had been held in jail for that charge until mid-January of this year. Questions?
Chief, can you talk about, obviously you guys did your jobs in the first cases. He was arrested in the court system, but he was obviously released. Can you talk about how frustrating it is when your officers are out doing their jobs and then these individuals get back out on the streets and then another similar thing happens?
Yeah, so if you don't notice, if you haven't picked up, anytime we are putting people arrested on Facebook, we're also including their criminal history because it is a source of contention, it is a source of frustration on our department and with our officers. Why this is happening is some questions that I would love y'all to ask the rest of the judicial system.
Can you tell us how this came to light? Was the 94-year-old able to call 911 after this happened yesterday, or how did this all come to light? How did you guys respond to this scene?
Yeah, so I'm not going to give any specifics about the investigation right now about how we got there or anything that has to do with the identification of the victim to protect their identity. But I will say that we were able to use a lot of investigative resources, including surveillance video in the area, which is another thing that I would like to encourage and push. Surveillance videos, very helpful, helps you, helps your neighbors to protect yourselves, protect your neighbors. You can link those to our Real-Time Crime Center through our Connect Blue program. You can find information about that on our website, Connect Blue, to let us know if you have everything from a Ring doorbell to outside camera surveillance videos.
Can you tell us how the victim's doing?
They're doing, as well as can be expected. How can anybody be doing after such a... I have a lot of trouble even finding the right adjective to describe such a horrendous act.
As this moves forward, are you guys working with the judicial system? I know that, clearly he had a prior history, as you just talked about. But are you working with judges and stuff like that to kind of make sure that the bails are sufficient so he doesn't get out again? Yeah,
so we have no say over that. Only thing we can do is our best to give all the information we have, relative information, as quickly as possible to say, this is everything we know about the suspect, this is why we arrested him, and this is their criminal history, and then it's on the rest of the process to do their part.
Can you talk about whether or not he was cooperative? Obviously, he was taken into custody due to a huge effort in the community saying, we're not going to stand for this. Was he cooperative at all when you guys were talking to him today?
I'm not going to release the information about the investigation as it pertains to that. And of course, we interviewed him upon his arrest. All of that will be seen later and updated later. But the evidence is pretty overwhelming in this incident when we're looking at everything from security footage on this.
Thank you, Chief. Anything else you want to add?
No, my again, just prayers and thoughts for this, not only the victim, but their entire family, that she had to go through this, and now the family in the community, just to please put them in your prayers, put your arms around them, and continue to look out for each other in your neighborhoods, and let us know how we can help. Crime Stoppers was very instrumental in this. Anonymous way you can report crime in your area, and we'd like to see it used.
Thank you, Chief.
Anybody else?
Can you describe how heinous of a crime this is?
It's really hard, like I said, to find the right adjective, right? When you're looking at one of the most vulnerable parts of our population, the elderly, to take advantage of them in this way, horrendous, unacceptable. I don't know what word you really use. I'm really dumbfounded to try to explain it.
that they know each other, have any interaction, past experience, any connection to each other?
Not that we know of right now, and I don't want to really get into a lot of the details because, again, I want to protect the identity of the victim as much as possible.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you all very much.